What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Game Show. My name's AJ Gels. How y'all doing? We are back with This is the Police. That voice is really fun to do. We're going to continue on where we left off. We're at day 164. Let's see, groundwater spill threatens Freeburg with flooding. A black handsome hairdresser. There should be a space or something in some of those words. Promoters mistaken for drug dealers. Homeless banned from rail station. Let's see. City Hall really doesn't like us right now. Fantastic. Oh, that's fantastic. No, I need you. No. Fine. Ugh. Jeez, look, this is my police force. Look at the rankings. It would just help if everyone didn't, goddamn die.
In progress.
Hello, I've been staying at the motel with my sweetie, having a little fun and relaxing, Then we saw a creepy guy with a scar on his face coming out of the next room. I recognized the guy right away because I've seen him a few times on TV. His picture is all over the news. He's suspected of murdering a bunch of people. He's still here. Better hurry up.
In progress.
A teacher bit a boy on his face because he was biting the other children. The police are on the phone with the child's mother. Come and arrest this menace or I'll shoot her like a mad dog. Okay. God damn it. Do we have anyone I can hire? No. One of our employees was brutally assaulted on the way to work. The poor man is currently in the hospital. We need 2 officers on his ward within the next half hour. Tell them to give him whatever he wants. Bring him a pillow, buy him a soda, scratch his back, anything as far as the investigation into this incident. We already know who was behind the attack. We'll take care of it from here. Probably shouldn't be sending people to do that because I'm so low on people, but... Son of a bitch!
In progress.
I was trying to raise 10-1.
Yeah, I'd send... I don't have any backup to send you, dude.
Complete.
Great.
910B in progress.
I lost 3 officers. 3 fucking officers in the span of 20 seconds. Like, is this just supposed to happen a whole shitload around this time, or am I making some weird choices?
910B complete.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, I can only send somebody one of these. The gravely voice of Mrs. Adams was on the phone. There's brazen black virgins spreading their infection right there in broad daylight. Remove them from the street. I'm afraid for our health. I have no idea what the hell she's talking about. Cleaner was mopping his boss's office and found a strange bundle of wires sticking from under the table. I'm afraid even more. Whispered the woman. I got a feeling both of those are going to be false alarms.
411 in progress.
An elderly woman with Alzheimer's barricaded herself in the room with all the medications and started swallowing everything she could get her hands on. The nurse says she can't break down the door on their own. That's send the cops to that sort of situation.
1111, 1010A.
Just a mess of wires and some bolts pushed into a piece of soap. Apparently someone from the office staff was playing a practical joke. Handing out flyers. Called it.
112 in progress.
Nothing I can do about it. Seeing that all my officers, died.
Four 11 complete.
What offender? It was a... Okay. The hell? More of our guys died during the investigation.
One 12 complete.
All right, what's our investigations look at right now? So for the as far as the assault goes, and everyone else is on other shifts. It's kind of a problem. And everyone's working on this homicide case, but not finding me any new frames. 'Cause there's no way I have every frame here.
Mr. Boyd, there's some armed men on the floor. Mr. Boyd, there's a lot of them.
I didn't catch that. Say again?
Excuse me, Mr. Boyd. It seems I accidentally frightened your secretary. Ah, they publish these stories in a book? My grandfather read me these stories from the old newspapers whenever I was ill. As a child, I was often ill, several times a year. And you know what, Mr. Boyd? You're no Bobby Flash.
I am aware of that.
No. I mean it as a compliment. You want to clean up all the crime in Freeburg, right?
Or so I dreamed, once upon a time.
Do you know why you failed, Mr. Boyd? Do you know why Bobby Flash always wins? Because when you're surrounded by cartoon criminals, the only way to win is to become a cartoon cop. You're no cartoon, Mr. Boyd. You suffer too much. You have too many doubts, too much fear, too much internal conflict. Maybe that's why the people of this city forgive all your mistakes, because you seem like a real human being. If Bobby Flash made a mistake, we'd never forgive him. From Bobby Flash, we want cold, calculated perfection, and this is why I've decided that I don't mind if you keep your job.
What, have you abandoned your insane plan to storm the city hall?
You think it insane? To solve all my problems in a single stroke? Assuming, of course, that we're properly prepared.
Let's say we do burn City Hall to the ground and kill Rogers. What next? You simply walk into the smoke-filled room and take a seat in his smoldering chair?
No, Mr. Boyd. I've been preparing for a year for what happens next. I'll give the prosecutor's office an impressive folder with compromising evidence against Rogers. Information about how he suppressed his political adversaries, finally lost his mind, and plotted to rain blood on the streets of Freeburg. Of course, Troy Starr, faithful City Hall employee that he is, will easily confirm all this. At the same time, my dear Jordan will finally decide to break her silence and tell everyone how that fool Rogers threatened her, forced her to kill all the victims of his sexual violence to ensure their unpleasant stories would never come to light. Of course, everyone will understand that we didn't have time for formal complaints. The night before Mayor Rogers' private security detail would plunge the city into chaos, our valiant police chief Jack Boyd made the difficult decision to arrest the mayor of Freeburg. Unfortunately, Rogers descended into delusion and engaged in a shootout with the police, which ended in his death. We'll have to call an early election to replace the mayor, and of course, it won't be too difficult to win the election fairly.
And then?
You know, Mr. Boyd, most of the facts that I collected in Rogers' file are quite true. Anyone who reads through the mountain of evidence would have no doubt that this man was the most vile person in the world. Murderer, a rapist, thief, racist, sexist. Are you a sexist, Mr. Boyd?
I'm sorry?
Are you a sexist, Mr. Boyd? Or perhaps racist?
I try not to be.
That's it. I as well. Although I have long been known under a revolutionary pseudonym, I myself am no revolutionary. I believe in evolution. I am convinced that a city which offers such broad support for racist gangs, a city where people cheer as feminist protests are suppressed, a city which for decades has tolerated corrupt officials, I say this city has no interest in a mayor who unconditionally stands for freedom, equality, and the rule of law. Not yet. But perhaps they are ready for a mayor who tries to stand for freedom, equality, and the rule of law. At least when the situation allows it. That's why you're so popular, Mr. Boyd. The city is ready for people like you and me, for people who are ready to make compromises. I'm counting on you, Mr. Boyd.
And, when will they be ready?
I beg your pardon?
You said that the city isn't ready for a mayor who stands for freedom, equality, and the rule of law. When will they be ready? Who decides when they're ready?
I'll decide.
One, that's actually a nice piece of dialogue. Okay, one, that was a great piece of dialogue. Two, I like how there's really not a clear cut. Like, everyone involved in this is really kind of a piece of shit. And I think that's actually what I like about this game. There's really no good guys. Everybody's kind of bad to a varying degree. I mean, in a way, I'd argue that Jack is one of the more moral characters. I mean, like, does he do everything 100? Is everything he does squeaky clean? No. Is he 100% by the book? No. But I think at the end of the day, you can at least explain what he's doing. He's trying not to hurt people and everything like this. But, you know, what we have, your corrupt mayor or the criminal enterprise, or not even a really, I guess criminal enterprise and Chaffee, who's trying to take over. And he's, you know, you have this criminal empire that's trying to take over. And I mean, you even heard Chaffee. He's basically, I don't know. Again, I don't know how to describe him. He's clearly, I don't want to say he's dictatorial, but it's one of those that people are okay to do what they want as long as they don't cross me. It's just, of the two, I like Chaffee more, and I'm going to support him, but again, this is one of those choices I'm like, there's really not a good one. Both options are kind of shitty. Study supports nutrition destroys brains. Collection of ancient Jewish coins recovered from city dump. Jimbaton Bakery invites students to baking day. And Baker didn't come to work today. Fantastic. No. You know, I believe the dev team behind this game came out with, I think it's being hailed as a spin-off. It's called Rebel Cops. Yeah, fuck off. Yeah, it's called Rebel Cops. It's a a game that utilizes the combat that we'll see when we play This Is the Police 2, which I'm not sure when we're going to do that, but we'll do it eventually. It's got a really, really cool kind of art. It still uses this art style, but like I said, it uses the combat, the sort of XCOM style turn-based combat that you see in This Is the Police 2. It's a really neat looking game. I really want to play it somewhere down the road. Mr. Boyd, I decided to make the challenge a little easier for you. Unfortunately, our friend Troy Starr can't risk his cover by prying too deeply into City Hall's security details, but I found another solution. Over the next 2 weeks, you will be directed to certain people who may possess useful information. Useful, that is, for planning the assault on City Hall. Some of these people might not feel like talking, so you may need to send more than 1 or 2 detectives, plus some of them might get cold feet and decide not to share their information with us. Even try to flee the city, so don't delay.
214 in progress.
Okay, a shopkeeper reported that a naked older woman just ran past the store. She was barefoot with long gray hair. She looked inside the shop completely naked except for a blanket thrown over her shoulders. When I offered to help, the old woman just cursed and went away. Alright, that's an interesting... unemployed, the former head of security, dismissed 18 months ago. Oh, I actually need to send 3 detectives. I don't have the Well, the problem is I don't have the detectives to send.
In progress.
Amy Marbin said that a homeless man snuck into the kitchen and ate almost everything there was, including the powdered sugar. We locked him in there. Come and take a look. Come and take this asshole to the station. Retiree Hilda Hutchinson reports that several school children are running around in the street, turning over trash cans. Send someone quick to teach these little assholes a lesson. A pond caretaker. Okay. Actually, yeah, because I don't want to send my guy who's tired because he's going to end up crashing his car and dying. Because apparently that's what everyone keeps doing in this game.
911 completion. 210 complete.
You suck. Oh, come on! Useless sacks of crap. Alright, 12 positions are marked on the location where you'll need to place your available forces. Some of these points are poorly protected and suitable for an assault, while others will stand up to a tank to figure out which weak points to... That's cool. You can send up to 3 fighters to each point based on what they're good at, the information you've been able to collect. Okay, so you have an experienced commander who coordinates operations, usually heads a small group of fighters during an assault. Okay, so I have 4 assaulters, 3 snipers, 2 breachers, 2 water assaulters, and a team leader. Recently, we tried to replace a rusted-out sewer gate in the pond a ways off from the boat station. We sent in a young diver who panicked in the muddy water. He lost his tank and nearly drowned. I asked for a couple more experienced divers, but nobody showed up. I'm still waiting to hear back from her. Okay. Okay. So for now, I think sending these guys to the pond is probably our best option. I mean, I can't send anyone to the dump right now because I don't have the officers. It's the problem, or I don't have the detectives. Ralph Engel approached a girl to ask for directions, and she took him for a client who wanted to buy cocaine. I'm up for anything in life, but never drugs. My mother won't even let me try wine. Sorry for that. Accidentally exited out of the out of the game window. Investigations. That's probably why I need to pull detectives off my investigations, I assume. There we go. Now all I have to do is hope one of them doesn't crash and get killed. A group of friends got drunk and decided to play a game of darts using knives. One of the guys missed and injured a young female. That always ends well.
1113 in progress.
Yeah, I gotta hold off. I don't have the... Again, my problem is I don't have the officers to send. High school students selling guns, school bathroom brat about a whole backpack full. So I have a feeling that could end up being a false alarm, like they're toys. But again, until I get more officers back, I can't do anything. Our girlfriends are planning another party. This time, we want something really special. I'll be very grateful if you choose some of your more well-built and sexually uninhibited employees. Oh, gross. Yeah, I don't think I have people to send you, lady. Yeah, again, I gotta let these things expire because I can't do anything with them. All right.
Got a situation here.
The knife is still stuck in the girl's side, and the wound is bleeding. There's a menacing crowd gathering around the man who threw the knife. Back away, everyone's leaving in handcuffs. The man jumps on the bar, runs for the exit. Trip him with the nightstick. What?! A little surprised that one actually, there we go. We were able to do something.
In progress.
And again, I gotta wait for my officers to get back. Actually, hold on for a second. I want to read this other thing for the assault. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I get a better picture here. Okay, so 2's the boathouse, and 1, I don't know what 1 is. I think it's the actual, it's that thing that the pond caretaker was talking about. Ways off from the boat station. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I think those guys are in the right spot. Alright, the main entrance of City Hall is a real thoroughfare. A terrorist could walk through there like nothing. I keep telling them, give me an experienced military force, preferably with large caliber rifles. But nobody paid attention. Okay. So 7's the main entrance. So I could probably send some guys through the front, but we'll hold off on that for now. All right. An informant says three women are traveling together, and they've come to the city to sell some stolen diamonds. The jewels are hidden up the ass. Ah, man, I'm disgusting, but that is hilarious to me. I believe it's the assault. I want to get some detectives on. You know what? There you go. Why the hell not? The city's garbage collection crews drank sour milk at no, fuck you. We're already planning an armed assault against the mayor. I'm not really worried about the garbage production. Maybe I shouldn't have sent them to be strippers. An enraged young man yelled on the phone complaining about a neighbor who is making such a racket in the next house that he can't sleep. The degenerate turned up his speakers to the max, and I actually had a lot of people get mad at me for that, and started rapping. His whole house is shaking. The fool thinks he's some kind of gangster. Several guns. If I can get somebody there, I'll get somebody there. And the assault. No new frames found. Fantastic. I mean, I'm trying to figure out why I can't get any new frames. Okay. Didn't think so. I don't have every frame is the problem. It just constantly, it's telling me no new frames, no new frames, no new frames. But the problem is, I don't have... Yeah, I don't know what to do here. I mean, it keeps telling me there's no new frames, but I can't solve it without more frames because there's no... I don't have what I need to, you know, answer the question. Really? That many guys couldn't handle that? Oh, I guess the offender escaped. Well, but we recovered the jewelry. I'd argue that that's... whatever. Fuck, boss, we wanted to Shovich really loved it. Especially the one called Granny. Well, apparently we lost an officer who's becoming a stripper. Fantastic. ATM thefts plague city, drug laboratories explode in suburbs, holiday festivities to block city center. Yeah, they're still unhappy with us. Oh, Bastion's our highest rank. Oh, God, this is going to be a shit day. Jesus Christ, dude, you're making... stop making me fire people. I mean, I don't need officer spots, really. Because I just need officers. Odin Beard, that's a name. There we go. Okay, I need at least... I need 4 detectives. Yeah, and I can't replace the head detective. That's the problem. I don't have anybody who can... Oh, this is really frustrating. Mr. Boyd, we threw a great party for retiring. Big cake. We had fun. Drank lots. We didn't call God, I just don't feel like reading that, in all honesty. I don't have the officers to send to help you. And brought in a man suffering from a gunshot wound to the stomach. The ambulance was followed by an SUV from which the armed men exited wearing black suits. The ambulance driver saw them and informed the police. They're here to finish the job. Alright, well, there goes my entire force. One of them gonna get into a car accident? Son of a bitch! I said that as a goddamn joke. Fuck you, game. I'm like lemmings. A nun said that she and her wards from Sunday school came to her Freeburg. 6 men, 2 women exposing themselves right in the park. Yeah, I really don't care. Oh, man. I served the state for many years, digging in the muck every time a pipe breaks. City Hall was always trying to save a buck, but they paid me well while it lasted. But then some shady repair firm came in and swallowed up the government contracts. I always supported Mayor Rogers, always suspected Mayor Rogers was getting a kickback. So I was out there in the street, but I had all my knowledge. Hell, I could start giving tours of the city's utility systems. For example, but no one but me knows if you go down a certain manhole, you can find a wobbly wall, break through it, and you'll be right under City Hall in the cellar with the archived documents, which are never really even guarded. Okay, I'm looking for that manhole. That's probably around 5, yeah. So 1, 2. There's 11. Yeah, this picture just doesn't look right. But yeah, 5 is that manhole. So that's definitely where we're going to send a breacher.
210 complete.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant.
Who? Who do you expect me to send?
410A in progress. 711 in progress.
An old man looking out his window saw a woman covered in blood sitting on the pavement near the Lucky Colors shop. Sierra Bittner saw 2 of her neighbors and another 8 of their friends grab a man in a Santa Claus suit right in the corridor of her floor. They tied him up and dragged him into their apartment. They were obviously on some kind of drugs, and they were pointing pistols at Santa. After that, I heard them singing songs and dancing while Santa was screaming and crying for help. Well, again, I'll send people if I, have... Hell, I probably couldn't. There's no point in even sending the officers. I don't have anyone who can even do anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anybody who can even complete the job.
410A complete.
Because hell, all my current officers, they'll probably just screw something up. Hell, one of them already died. Gypsy camp settled on the outskirts. 2 dozens of the thugs armed with metal pipes attacked the gypsies, many of whom hurried them, beating everyone. Again, even if I'd wanted to, how am I supposed to send people? I got 3 guys, and they all kind of suck. Because everyone else died, apparently. A tearful young man with a guitar started bawling philosophical songs under the window of a house. People were throwing garbage at him when he kept on singing something about if newborn babies could speak, they would be the most intelligent beings on earth. My neighbor grabbed a gun and went to confront him, and I'm afraid it's not going well. Are you surprised? Seems to have alcohol problems. Which ones of my officers don't have alcohol problems? Because every time it's, oh, I'm sorry, boss, I can't come into work today. I drank too much last night. Again, I want to know what job is that an acceptable excuse? What do you know? New frames. Son of a bitch. Yo, why not? This shift is useless. Alright, we'll do one more day. City stray dog population increases. Tow trucks flooded with calls, unable to keep up. Senior citizens teach street robber a lesson. This is all the... Yeah, you want to know why we aren't effective? Because people apparently just keep dying. That's fantastic. Okay, so we have a rape that, you know, we can't send anybody to because everyone's... One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 detectives. And both have 7 detectives. Go to shift B then, because you're not going to work today. Might as well work tomorrow. Alright, that's done. Investigations. Take a look at the homicide. Pull Weaver. Because we need to send people other places. Weaver, handle that one. Mrs. Bukovsky complains of a strange smell and smoke that regularly comes from the neighbor's trailer. I don't know that they're cooking in there, but obviously it's got to be some illegal shit. Shouldn't have sent all those high-ranking officers. That was probably a bad move. I'm just sitting here just praying that somebody doesn't get into it. Son of a fucking bitch!
412C in progress.
Okay, so you're going to take away... So, while you're investigating my effectiveness as a police force, you're taking away my officers so that I can't, you know, do my job. The fuck does that make sense? I can't send anyone because I got no... I have nobody who can even complete the mission.
Progress. 1111, 412C.
They brought me in as an outside contractor when the court roof started leaking. City Hall offered us a lot of money to do the job quickly and thoroughly, but then they only paid us half what they promised. I remember it like yesterday. I was standing on the roof of the courthouse just before we finished the job, and I glanced at the mayor's office thinking, put a couple bullets into that greedy, lying asshole. Okay, so the top of the courthouse is probably where we want a sniper. Ah, okay. I did have something wrong. I am going to want it there at 6. Oh, that's 9. I thought that was a 5. Okay. There we go. Got that fixed. Okay, now he's in the right spot. There we are. I don't know. Maybe I'm not making any progress on these days because I'm pulling them off to go do other stuff, but I can't do anything with these investigations. And you know what? Screw it. I'm just archiving these investigations and being done and calling it a day. I need my detectives to do other shit, and they're not accomplishing anything. Oh, okay. Miss Maldon, I can't speak. Miss Maldonado complained of a suspicious man sitting with his camera in the bushes. The pervert is photographing little girls. They should be able to handle that. There we go. If anything, that'll at least earn us some cash. Yeah, like I said, I'm just archiving those. Can't think what to call it. Just gonna archive those. Those investigations because we're not getting anywhere with them. A crowd of people from the Church of Satan gathered around the corn monument. Splash black paint all over it, and Lucifer's fertility. Give me a second here. I want to read this. During the last months I worked there, Rogers threw a tantrum about the window cleaner parking his hoist right outside his office. He acted like he was having a heart attack. I still remember him yelling, "What if he had a weapon? I'd be a sitting duck. Nobody else goes up on the roof without my written permission." He was about to move his office to another wing of the building, but he changed his mind because he likes seeing the courthouse out his windows. Why would he want to keep staring at the courthouse? Who knows? Where he really belongs is in an asylum. I'm not sure what 4 is here. Is that a roof or is... I'm thinking I could send some assault forces like through the main group and probably through 4, but yeah, I'm not sure yet.
911 in progress.
Great. Oh, cool. We finally lost Baker. The other 2 are drunk, but well, we got $3,000 for that, you cheap bastard. Yeah, I don't have the officers I need to be able to send that. Reports several teenagers came into his store discreetly, hid some action movies in their t-shirt and shorts, and they quickly moved to the exit. He ran after them. Come collect the thief, blah, blah, blah. See, a bunch of teenagers break into a video store. They steal action movies and not porn? Really? Am I the only one who thinks that's weird? I don't feel like playing poker with the poker anymore. No. And declared dead. You know, screw it. We'll play one more day. Because I like planning out this assault. Not enough beds in the animal shelter. Children learn the bad more easily than good. Slaughterhouse, quarantined, mad cow scare. Jesus Christ, you people. It's always, oh, I'm drunk. I'm too tired. Well, you're always fucking tired. You all... He worked as the pond's caretaker a few years ago, but was dismissed for drunkenness. A man with a pump-action shotgun and a large hunting knife entered the offices of Trustberg Insurance. He sat in the corner and demanded to call the police. "Oh dear, we aren't insured for this," whispered the company director over the telephone. "If that psycho injured somebody, the doctor bills will bankrupt us." Yeah, that's not the person who's drunk. Oh, collecting waste paper, plastic bottles, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you, City Hall. I don't care. Maybe I should, but nah.
In progress.
Alright, a bearded man in a white tunic walked into the church, introduced himself as Jesus Christ, and then lifted up his clothes and waved his cock around in front of everyone. Laughing wildly, an elderly priest asked the man to leave, but he just dashed away and started vandalizing the place. Father Bernard, I'm not even going to attempt that one, tried to determine if the man was possessed, but didn't get very far. The priest has quite a weak heart, and apparently the situation was too much for him. He's now lying on the ground and doesn't seem to be breathing. Meanwhile, the half-naked man is still in a frenzy. Fantastic. Yeah, I kind of wish there was like a calendar that we could look at that would show us like when shit's gonna start happening. Because I mean, I'd like to know. I don't have anyone to send you. And 2 died. What? That's a mission failure. The perpetrators were caught, at least. Granted, people died, but come on, should that really be a surprise by now?
1210 in progress.
And the fact that anyone that any of my officers, last more than 4 days is.
Progress. 1410 complete. 210 complete.
You guys suck. An elderly woman said she was accosted by someone right in the middle of the mall. I was approached by a strangely dressed man who offered to help me choose something special for tea. I ran away. Yeah, no. 2 cars got into a minor accident, and the drivers got out and investigated. After a long verbal altercation, one man grabbed a tire and smashed the other man's skull, then rushed to the victim's car, where a frightened woman with 2 children were sitting. We gotta wait for some of my other officers to get back, but they're not gonna be back in time.
1210 complete. 412A.
Yeah, I knew that one was bull. I remember one time I brought some friends fishing in the pond. We sat at the boat station, drank tequila, and dropped some lines in the water. Mine snagged on something on the bottom. I dove in and found my hook was caught on a collapsed sewer drain grate. I even told my supervisor about it, but were more interested in what I was doing at the bottom of the pond. Okay. That's interesting. Kind of makes me want to send. Yeah, I'm going to kind of split up my water assaulters. I should probably send a normal assaulter with the breacher. Now that I think about it. We just received an anonymous tip. Some Eastern European women are being brought into the port in cargo container. They're guarded by armed men. And who intend to sell the women as sex slaves. And we'll just wait a second. We'll send pretty much everyone we got on that one. Okay, yeah, I don't have anyone to send to you is the problem.
412 in progress.
And an assault with the L1 reports a few big guys found a bum on the street and beating his arms and legs. Again, I don't have anyone to send to you, so I can't do much.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant, hot spot.
12 in progress.
Yep, well, again, can't do anything. I feel that should be my mantra. You can't do anything, do it yourself. There we go.
11-12 complete.
My officers are completely useless. I can send them to try and handle things, but even then they can't complete an objective. All right, whatever. All right, guys, I gotta close here. Thanks for watching, as always. Facebook, Twitter, the website, Minds.com. Links to that stuff is down in the description below. Please remember to like, comment, if you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned more next time. Till then, my name's AJ Gels. Something Game Channel. I'm out.